Please subscribe my channel Wisdom After 60 and press bell notification. There's something quietly remarkable about reaching the age of 75. By then, you've seen so much, endured so much, and carried the weight of countless days that the world never saw. You've outlived people, outgrown pain, and outlasted seasons that felt endless. But sometimes, that strength feels invisible. The world moves fast, and it often forgets the depth in people like you, the kind of strength that doesn't show up in muscles or metals, but in morning routines, in kindness kept, in resilience practiced in silence. So let me ask you something. Gently, can you still rise each day, even with the aches? Can you still laugh at yourself when you drop the soap in the shower or forget what you walked into the kitchen for? Can you still cry when you hear an old song or hold someone's hand and mean it? Because if you can still feel, still try, still hope, even a little, then you're truly rare. And this video is for you. Today we're going to walk together through the little things, the ones the world overlooks, that if you're still doing them at 75, speak volumes about your strength, your grace, and your quiet power. This isn't about judgment or pressure. It's about honoring what's still alive in you, even if no one's clapped for it in a long time. So come sit with me a while. Let's talk heart to heart. At 75, many things become harder. The body slows, the knees creak. Names slip away sometimes, and a nap can feel like a gift from heaven. But even through those changes, if you can still really try to care for yourself, it means something deep. Maybe you can still cook your own meals, even if you sit on a stool while stirring. Maybe you still make your bed each morning, not because anyone will see it, but because it makes you feel a little more in control. Maybe you water your plants, fold your laundry with care, or sweep the porch even when your back argues with you. These aren't just chores, they are acts of dignity. To still participate in your life, even in the smallest ways, is rare. So many give up. They let the world shrink around them, convinced that age means helplessness. But not you, not yet. You may have slowed, but you haven't stopped showing up. Even if your hands shake while buttoning your shirt. Even if you forget what day it is, but still smile at the sunrise. These moments matter. There's something deeply human about continuing to show up. Not for applause, but for yourself. That's rare. It's powerful. And if you're still doing that, you are carrying a kind of grace the world desperately needs more of. There comes a point, somewhere after 70, when you start noticing the world treating you differently. Store clerks talk louder, slower, younger. People rush past you on the sidewalk. Your opinion is interrupted more often. Sometimes you feel invisible, like a shadow in your own life. And yet, if you can still stand in your truth, still say, "This is who I am. This is what I know," then you are doing something precious. If you can still learn even new things, like how to send a text or use a new remote, that's a miracle of spirit. So many people close their minds after a certain age, convinced there's nothing left to discover. But if your mind is still curious, still open to understanding others, even those who live differently, then you're rare. And if you can still forgive, especially the people who never apologized, then you carry a freedom most people never find, no matter their age. Think about it. How many folks reach 75 bitter, stuck in old wounds, refusing to let go? You've softened with time instead of hardened. If you still call your sister even when she gets under your skin, if you can say, "I was wrong," or "I still love you," then your heart has remained tender. That tenderness is not weakness, it's strength, quiet strength. And in a world that teaches us to build walls, your softness is a rare kind of courage. There's something remarkable about the body after 75. It may not be as fast or steady, but if it still moves, even gently, that's a quiet miracle. If you can still take a walk even around the living room, that's rare. If you can still reach down to put on your socks or raise your arms to stretch in the morning, you're doing more than many can. And if you do those things not because you have to, but because you want to care for yourself, then you're nurturing something sacred. Let's talk about health too. Maybe you have to take a few pills each day. Maybe you go to the doctor more often now. It's okay. But if you're still advocating for your health, asking questions, adjusting your habits, trying to eat better, that's rare too. And relationships, oh, they change with age. If you still reach out to others even when it's easier. To stay alone. If you still call your old friends, send birthday cards. Ask your grandkids about their day. You are keeping something alive that technology can't replace. Human warmth. Being able to connect, to care, to still say, I'm here. That is powerful, that is needed, and it's rare. Your body may not be what it once was, but if you still treat it with gentleness, if you still listen to it, if you still honor its needs, then you are living with wisdom. And that wisdom radiates in ways you may not even see. Let's pause for a moment and go even deeper. What makes a person truly rare at 75 isn't just what they can do, it's how they love. Can you still love? Not just people, but life. The quiet parts. The way the sun hits your window, smell of toast in the morning, the soft rustle of the newspaper, the voice of someone who knows your story. If you can still find beauty in those things, even after heartache, even after loss, then your soul has remained open. So many people harden with time. They stop noticing the beauty. They close their hearts to avoid more pain. But if you can still be moved by music or prayer or laughter, then you are still alive in the truest sense. And that's rare. If you still pray, not for answers, but for peace. If you still feel awe when you see a star or a newborn baby. If you still say thank you for little things like a warm cup of tea or someone holding the door, then your spirit is thriving. Your heart didn't retire when you did. It's still beating with purpose. Still loving, still hoping, still soft. That is not ordinary. That is extraordinary. And in a world so focused on doing and achieving, your being is enough. Your presence, your quiet grace, your enduring love, those are treasures. As we close our time together, I want you to take a deep breath. You've made it this far, not by accident, not by luck, but by strength. Quiet, daily strength. The kind that doesn't shout, the kind that gets up when it hurts, that listens when it's easier to talk, that forgives when no one says sorry. If you can still do that at 75, you are rare. It's not because the world says so, but because you've kept your heart open when it would have been easier to shut down. You've kept showing up in your body, your relationships, your soul when many others gave up. And you're still here, still listening, still learning, still loving. That's no small thing. So tonight when you lie down, I hope you place a hand on your chest and whisper to yourself, I'm proud of who I've become because you should be. And if no one has told you lately I see you, I honor you. And I thank you for being one of the rare ones. You are not forgotten. You are deeply needed in this world, just as you are. And you are deeply, beautifully loved.